Since its creation in 2016, FOV has been on the ground to assist many vulnerable women and children by offering clothes, food, as well as the tailoring course for women through its Belgium Friends support. It started as a CBO with no physical office. A member and one of the founders offered his building under construction to the organization to complete the work and start using it for its activities. In March 2019, a training was organized for young women from Musambya Chirombe for 14 days. These are sewing, knitting, crochet workshops. Knitting was not known in Uganda until recently. Trainers came from Belgium for this purpose.
I wish you again welcome.
Thank you.
We are very glad to see you.
At the end of these workshops, they were able to select 6 teachers who can continue to teach other beneficiaries after the departure of trainers. All the qualified students received the certificates. In June 2019, FOV changed status. It is no longer a community-based organization. It's an NGO. In August 2019, FOV expanded its activities in Nakwero Village, Wakiso District. In 2020, FOV put in place a borehole for the community of Nakwero Village, Kapeke Zone. Because they didn't have access to clean water, this lack of water became very worrying during the period of COVID-19 pandemic. Where the first defense requires washing hands with clean water and soap when there wasn't enough water for washing, cooking, and drinking. In 2022, FOV put in place a health clinic facility at Nsambya Chirombe to ensure equity in health care and in universal health coverage for this category of vulnerable people. Efforts are particularly made in prevention and health promotion of HIV and AIDS and malnutrition through awareness sessions and health education. Mr. Treza K. Salibonko, the Executive Director of FOV Uganda, telling us much about FOV activities.
I'm called Trezor K. Salibonko, the Executive Director of Fraternity of the Vulnerable Uganda. FOV focuses in different sectors: in health, in education, and also water and sanitation. In health sector, FOV managed to put in place a health clinic facility to support these vulnerable people, among which refugees and community hosts.
Dr. Nicole Sombola, the permanent doctor at FOV Clinic, giving us details about the ongoing programs in the health department.
I work at FOV Clinic as a permanent doctor. We provide health care to our community that is really vulnerable. Because most of them are refugees and some nationals. Here at FOV Clinic, we deal with common diseases like malaria, typhoid, UTI, pneumonia. We also organize free medical checkup, health education to refugees. Apart from that, we also deal with minor surgeries, and in this we have promoted the safe male circumcision. We are really helping people.
When poverty increases, there is need for health care whereby vulnerables find it very difficult to access health care. Dr. Yusuf Ramadan talking about challenges found by the clinic. He, however, called upon all well-wishers to partner with FOV Health Department.
We have challenges which we are facing, and some of these challenges include manpower. We need more manpower in terms of lab technicians, the nurses and midwives, so that we can be able to help our community and the most vulnerable people in our community. Then we also need drugs. As you can see, our shelves are not well equipped with drugs, because we are treating here babies, adults who have problems ranging from malaria, UTI, typhoid, gastroenteritis. So we need a lot of drugs which can help us to serve these people, because there are many. We have the refugees who come here for treatment, but also the most poor people surrounding us. They all need our services.
Every trimester we make sure we organize IO screening, and we provide them reading glasses for those who need. But we still have many challenges. We really need material support.
We are going to start maternity services. We are going to start helping mothers to do safe delivery from our clinic, but we are still lacking equipments for safe maternal delivery, the delivery kits, the beds, delivery beds. We need like 4 to 5 so that we can help these mothers, because now in our country, Uganda, at least every day 16 mothers are dying due to problems that are related from pregnancy, during labor, before labor and after labor. And this is because most of these mothers, they deliver from outside the health system, and they end up having problems of bleeding. So if our community, our people that we serve can come here and deliver from here, we shall save lives. We also need fridge to keep our vaccines in a cold chain environment, like tetanus toxoid vaccines. These ones we give them to mothers who are in pregnancy period. We also keep oxytocin in the fridge, because it needs a cold environment. It can decompose on room temperature. So we need that fridge to help in those situations. We shall need minor theater to help to do minor surgeries to our people and the surrounding community. So we can add on more activities like hydrocele repair, hernia repair, hemorrhoids repair, and also excision of lymphoma, cysts. All these activities, they need a special room called minor theater, which we can have here when you help us, so that we can help our people, the most vulnerable people in our community. So we shall need sterilizer machine to help us to sterilize these equipments, so that we can have safe minor surgeries without complications of sepsis and other complications of poor healing, ulcerations after surgery. And we shall need the surgical bed, the surgical light. All these ones will help us to have an active FOV clinic services. Then as we go on, we are planning also to have a CMEs here. CMEs means continuous medical education. We shall invite those nurses who are in service, those who are working in nearby clinics, those who are working in government institutions, to come here and get some knowledge, some basic life skills like first aid.
Awareness sessions are carried out to change behavior and adapt habits favorable to good health. We believe that education fosters agency and promotes the full development and freedom. FOV is committed to ensuring that young women who are forced to flee their homes and communities are not deprived of their right to education and their path to a hopeful and productive future. Education provides stability and a sense of normalcy. It engenders hope while preparing refugees to meet future challenges.
We organize some trainings related to health education. Yes, for example, we train the community how to make soy milk.
Soya is that product which improves your good cholesterol levels and prevent heart diseases. Soya milk improves the plasma lipid levels in people and reduces the risk of heart diseases later in life.
This is very cheap than the cow milk.
It is rich in vitamins, minerals, polyunsaturated fats, which together promote better heart health. If you are dealing with a frequent aching outbreak, switch to a soya-rich diet. This one product itself is good enough to reduce hyperpigmentation, a condition of darkening of the skin. And it doesn't end here. A recent research states that a compound found in soya had an anti-aging properties.
Apart from that, we can also train them to make vegetable meat from the soya.
Currently, the economic situation is very bad. People are used of eating meat. Meat is very expensive these days.
At VOV, we sat down and we thought how we could assist our beneficiaries, how to overcome the economic crisis which was observed after COVID-19.
But also, it has a lot of side effects. That's why we taught our client to start making or using or eating vegetable meat.
From that soya, we taught our client how they could make milk, meat, and boils.
Soya meat is just packed with nutritions, and its protein is about twice that of chicken breast. Dried soybean meat is also low in calories and contains various nutrients such as vitamin B1, vitamin B6, pantothenic acid, folic acid, potassium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and manganese.
Lakini ile utatokotesha ni utafanya supu. Ni kwa mfano hii ni kama vile unaenda kusoko kununua nyama. Nyama ndio hii. Kama unafika nyumbani una prepare nyama.
So, after having such training, our beneficiaries are no longer going to the market to buy cow milk or cow meat. We are facing some challenges whereby our clients they are using our local things. With that local things, you cannot make a lot of quantity. So, if it is so, we are seeing and we are calling our supporter who can support us by giving us the modern materials that can help our beneficiaries to make more quantities.
Mushroom growing has become one of the fastest growing home-based venture in Uganda. It has proven to be a wellspring of income for many, especially women. It is popular because it allows the recycling of nutritionally worthless materials such as hussicks and dung, which would otherwise pollute the environment, to be turned into nourishing delights with many health benefits.
We are producing mushrooms and we are selling at a very cheap price.
des activités que nous réalisons sur l'œuvre. Nous sommes en train de faire les mushrooms. Voilà notre première récolte que nous avons réalisée aujourd'hui. Nous sommes tellement contents que nous avons produit quelque chose. Et voilà que le marché est tellement grand. La demande a été tellement grande que nous n'avons pas su satisfaire nos clients. Maintenant, nous demandons aux personnes de bonne volonté de nous venir en aide. Si nous pouvons avoir un fonds qui peut nous permettre d'avoir chaque fois quelque chose dans notre stock, en fait que quand les clients se présentent, nous ne puissions pas manquer quoi les présenter.
Mr. Robert Macaria, the Public Relations Officer, presenting the mushroom projects to our visitors from Belgium.
We would like to reach a scenario where we make the package so that we bring our investment down.
Mushrooms are partially highly nutritious and medicinal foods that are essential to human health. They act as antioxidants that may protect the body against cancer, immune boosters, and lower high blood pressure. They are also high in protein, vitamins, minerals, and folic acid, as well as being a useful supply of iron for anemic people.
We are getting really requests from our beneficiaries, but the quantities still be insufficient.
So whenever you buy our mushrooms, you are still supporting our work. Whenever you support our work, we also support those vulnerable people. They get training, they get skills, they acquire a lot of things which they use in their life and earn their living.
Yes. So I can see FOV is really growing.
Yes.
In education, we have tried to organize some courses such as tailoring, hairdressing, languages to support refugees and vulnerable people who are local, who the guest community, to get access to those training. Our vision is to make these people learn, get the knowledge, use the knowledge to earn their living.
Skilling for urban refugees in tailoring and hairdressing projects. FOV Uganda took the initiative to develop these projects in order to allow urban refugees to learn the trade, to be self-employed, to enable them to take care of themselves and self-finance. Mr. Treasure K. Saliboko, the executive director, said that Skilling for Urban Refugee project is to support initiatives of income-generating activities in order to allow the refugee mature assistance and therefore full participation in social and economic development. Shekina, an activist, told us how they are dealing with refugee women and girls victims of sexual violence.
My name is Shekina Fataki. I am an activist. I work as a woman who advocates for women who passed through sexual harassment and torture and try to talk on their behalf and be the voice of the voiceless. Here at FOV, I'm glad to see that we have succeeded to gather women together, those women who passed through sexual harassment, they passed through torture, and they lose their hope. And we see how we can guide them together and give them hope, try to give them peer counseling, try to build their capacity, try to teach them hand skills, and see how then they can integrate in the community and feel like other people. We are trying to show them their values, their rights, and see how they can become the women with hope as they lost hope. So we are trying to see how we can help in such building capacities, in trying to give them skills so that they can be self-reliant and they can know how to survive in foreign country.
Minjo Queen, minjo mwalimu wa tailoring hapa UFOF. Gisi biko nyuma ni wanafunzi wangu. Tulianza tushafaa demwa depuis tulianza. Bon, au fait kumwanzo tulikuwa na difficulté kidogo juu ya machine. Mais hivi tushajiétablir, machine ishakuwa bien. Donc ça fait 1 mois sasa tuko natumika mu normalité, kila kitu kiko bien. Banafunzi kisi munaona tuko nafanya kazi. Tunafanya kazi de lundi na mercredi. Deja kisi biko pale bashakuwa capable banaweza shona robe. Tuko deja kwanza na hapa zimoa. Ni bashashona. Banaweza shona robe, banaweza shona skirt, jipe. Banaweza shona na jipe ya round, banaweza kuwa capable unampatia nguo na naishona yeye peke. Mu yenye tushafaa hapa na après formation biko na droit kupata certificat kumwenye atareusir. Donc mwenye atatumika sana iko na droit kupata certificat. Mwenye atakuwa sana ku formation ataweza mpatia certificat na hakuna vyenye anafanya. Me tuko na jikaza, tuko na tumika pole na Mungu ndiye anajua atasaidia.
We thank Norwegian Refugee Council NRC for supporting this project. With their financial support, we managed to purchase more tailoring machines and basic materials so that our clients learn in acceptable conditions. We believe that every person, irrespective of their background, deserves the right to free education, free food, water, and safe place to stay.
naye kuapprendre esthétique awa kokanga suki. Na remercier organisation FAV pour na organisation na ya organisé pour na biso kolakisa biso kokanga suki. Na vandaki na yeba kokanga suki te, mais grâce na ye na 3 jours na yebi kokanga suki. Nazobenga ba o baza misika bavai na bandaku bazangi biloko kosala baya koyekola ekoza malamu mingi.
I am here to thank the organization FAV for the information of hairdressing. I really appreciate, because my first time to come here, I did not know how to hold the hair, even how to plant, how to start. But for now, I can plant. I know some, but I really appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you for showing love, care. We really appreciate.
How do we support these women? Which kind of support these women that lose hope, that have been tortured, raped in their countries of origin needs? First of all, these women, they need psychological support. This psychological support will help them to free their minds. Hence, they need more trainings, they need more advice, counseling, the way they can live with those disabilities or with those problems that they pass through. Another thing, they need financial support. They need to be financially supported, because when they are financially supported, this can lead to their life. They can actually they can support themselves and they can solve their basic needs. As we are asking for your wish or the good wishes, we are asking for your support financially, psychologically, if is there anything that you can contribute to build these women and try to lift them up as women, knowing their rights. It can be very good for us. Thank you so much.
At FOV, we say the focus is to make a bigger horizon, but to provide the best possible solution to the vulnerable persons with their utmost satisfaction. As we gather, we say no to all forms of violence against women and children. That is to say, we say no to trafficking, we say no to sexual harassment, We say no to early and forced marriages, and we say no to sexual violence. So, dear members, as we all know, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So, when the vulnerable children, men and women, when they stay idle, at most of the time, it's very evident that they end up getting into crime activities that lead the country and so many challenges, whereby you find others joining terrorism groups, you find other children being involved in activities which are contrary to the well-being of the children. So, by the support we give to these vulnerable children, we are sure they will be able to grow up as good citizens of the country. We shall be in a position of fighting crimes in the country. The women will be able to work hard for themselves. We are sure that by the end of their courses at FOV here, everyone will be in position of doing something for him or herself.
Allow me to thank the Norwegian Refugee Council, NRC, for supporting us financially. Their financial support helped FOV to buy or purchase more machine for tailoring and the basic materials for both tailoring and hairdressing. Now, students are learning in good condition, everyone sitting in front of a machine, and that gives us hope. And we believe after completing the course, they will be getting certificate, and maybe we'll find a way of getting more machines for them so that they can start a business to earn their living.
With the skills and knowledge provided by vocational education, refugees find it easier to integrate into new communities. In regions devastated by war and academic violence, a skilled, educated population is vital for reconstruction and long-term development of both host countries and countries of region. When refugees contribute to economic development, the wealth of the entire community can increase. The new goods and services that are offered create jobs and products valued by all. The creation of new revenue and opportunities for both host and refugee communities contributes to the integration of refugees into a society. Everyone has a right to education. FOV has a tailoring workstation that carries out trainings for refugees and the host community. FOV also makes different classic designs of outfits such as dresses, shirts, trousers, bags, and many others. So you are welcome to support us by buying these outfits. Anyone out there with any kind of outfit design, show up and we make it right for you.
FOV Uganda has got an expert, a fashionist, who is there to work for them.
Je suis fashioniste à FOV. Mon objectif ici, c'est de travailler pour aider nos mamans qui sont réfugiées à trouver quelque chose ou bien acheter pour eux des matériels pour qu'ils apprennent aussi ces métiers que moi j'ai fait. C'est la raison pour laquelle nous avons besoin de votre support. Si vous pouvez nous aider pour que nous puissions mieux avancer. Si vous achetez, vous nous donnez des commandes, ça peut aussi nous aider à mieux avancer. Nous avons déjà réalisé quelques modèles qui peuvent vous plaire. Si vous passez à notre bureau, et je pense que vous allez venir pour nous soutenir. Je pense que vous serez là pour nous parce qu'on ne peut pas vous décevoir. On fera de notre mieux pour vous. On vous aime beaucoup.
Kindly, wherever you are, please bring us business. If you buy a cloth at FOV, you are supporting those refugees in an indirect way. If you bring your clothes, or if you come with your design, the design you want, we have experts who can make your clothes the way you want it.
FOV discovered that many refugees in Uganda have talent in art. We are training them to use their talent, and we believe they could earn their living through their talent in the film industry.
Action. Just. Why that boy? Just. How can you do that for a man?
We have provided hands-on intensives in screenwriting, directing, producing, sound recording, and acting.
Let me pack my things and leave this house. Let me tell your brother to don't brother. This is our home. Why does the brother go back to their home?
Slate. Scene 3, take 3, white shot.
Action. Lokola tozawa. Bakandimo ko bakoteli biso na ka. Baibi biloko na biso. Bakomipe bandeko na biso.
We also started FOV Film Lab. With this lab, we discovered that more refugees have talent, but the talent they don't want to show, they don't want to use.
Allez, voici ma bango.
If we don't tell our stories, no one will.
Hello, ninasema rudi ndani ya nyumba. Nakupigia rudi ndani ya nyumba. Wapana sikia. Ninasema rudi ndani ya nyumba. Wao. Nakupigia wewe sai, kaa chini. Watu wanauliza wewe. Nakaa chini watu kaa chini. Rudi ndani ya nyumba.
There is a documentary we wrote and produced last year. And this documentary gave them the opportunity to act, and it was very, very amazing.
Some of the beneficiaries featured in the documentary film, Butembo History of Culture, produced by Treasure Case Saliboko. This documentary was nominated Best African Documentary 2021 by Africa Movie Academy Awards in Nigeria.
La danse parle. La danse célèbre les récoltes. La danse prêche l'amour. Et une grande tragédie a bouleversé l'histoire de cette ville. C'est celle qu'on appelle le massacre de Kikyo. C'est une matinée de mardi 14 avril 1998, quand un groupe de miliciens maïmaï a attaqué une position des éléments des forces armées congolaises de l'AFDL sur la colline stratégique de Kikyo. Prise au dépourvu, l'AFDL perd des dizaines de ses soldats, comme le reconnaît le jour même à la radio publique un prénommé Jimmy, commandant de troupes déployées dans la ville, sur les ondes de la radio publique.
From a simple investment and a self-sustainable idea where FOV Uganda equip refugee women and the host community with the skills to support themselves, such as bar and liquid soap making.
We organize a training of soap making. After teaching them, we advised them to go and practice home, to use the skills and start selling the liquid soap.
This project, Support for Vulnerables, it is focused on teaching refugee young women in Uganda how to run their own sustainable soap-making businesses. This project incorporates a response to COVID-19 with a social feature, protection, wash, and global health, and is the outcome of our desire to work holistically, meeting as many connected needs in a community as possible.
Je suis une des étudiantes au sein de l'organisation FOV j'ai eu la grâce de participer à la formation de savon liquide et je dis vraiment merci pour leur bon cœur, pour leur amour, de tout ce qu'ils ont fait pour que nous arrivions à avoir cette connaissance. Parce qu'auparavant, je voyais les personnes sillonner avec les savons liquides, je ne savais pas comment est-ce que ça se produisait. Mais grâce à leur bon cœur, ils ont fait appel à nous. Nous sommes venus sans pour autant nous demander même un sou. Nous avions appris et aujourd'hui, je suis capable de produire mon savon liquide ayant mon nom et aidant aussi d'autres personnes. Et j'ai aussi des sollicitations venant de plusieurs personnes par rapport à la qualité du savon que je produis. Et il y a même des gens que je commence déjà à apprendre.
This initiative is not just about learning the actual technical skill of making soap. FOV believes that you must look at the big picture and support people appropriately. This means that FOV is dedicated to teaching these young women how to run their own businesses within their communities, as well as the practical skills of making the soap, which includes everything from how to make a hygienic product to what shape it takes and how to package and sell it.
Je dis vraiment merci avec tout ce qu'ils ont fait. Et la production est déjà là et nous produisons les savons de bonne qualité en provenance de la connaissance que nous avons acquise au sein de l'organisation FOV. Merci beaucoup pour tout ce que vous avez fait pour nous. Et par rapport à tout ce que vous avez fait, aujourd'hui, nous sommes capables de gagner quelque chose et nous avons la possibilité maintenant de gagner un petit sou et aider aussi nos familles et des gens qui sont autour de nous. Merci beaucoup.
I'm very delighted because most of them have started making liquid soap, selling, and earn their living.
Business skills and financial responsibility go hand in hand, so FOV is committed to partnering with all project beneficiaries to ensure trainings and support in all these areas. Let's talk about water and sanitation. Uganda's rapid population growth has strained the country's water supply, creating a myriad of problems. A spatial map developed by the Ugandan Bureau of Statistics indicates that 11 million people live without access to clean water, and this can lead to some difficult choices. Families are faced with deciding whether they should spend hours each day walking, collecting, and carrying clean water from far away sources, with 32% of Ugandans having to travel more than 30 minutes to access safe drinking water. The excessive amount of time people spend on water collection hinders their ability to work and affects the economy.
We know so many villages in Uganda lack this rare commodity. That's why I'm opening this call for everyone interested.
Mrs. Valinda Batoto, the person responsible for water program, describes what the organization has been doing for the community lacking access to clean water.
I'm responsible of water department. Actually, we noticed that in many communities surrounding Kampala have no access to clean water. So, in order to help them, we set up a project for clean water.
A family needs around 20 liters, that is 5.28 gallons, per person for drinking, washing, cleaning and cooking. Due to the great need for clean, safe water, the population and local authorities asked Fraternity of the Vulnerable to establish a water well in the area Nakwel B due to the great need for clean and safe water.
We had to sit and see which way we can use to support this community of Nakwero.
We looked for a sponsor because it was not easy. Fortunately, FRK accepted to contribute, but at 50%.
FOV committee visited Nakwelo to survey and discuss with this community before setting up a program for this purpose.
After receiving their requests, we couldn't sleep.
The community agreed to contribute 50% towards the construction. To make this possible, a community committee was formed to manage the project.
So we decided to start the work. Unfortunately, it wasn't easy.
FOV technical team identified a place that will be able to provide sources, but the proposed place was private property. The community members set out to find the owner of the proposed area and contacted him to ask for permission to construct a spring well in his land. The owner sent his estate managers to be able to site the place, after which they were able to show the population the space they would use.
The place we targeted couldn't have enough water we wanted for the spring well. Now we have to change the place after a lot of work until we got more sources that could produce enough water to support this community.
Now we are trying to look for a place where we're gonna get water. It has become a very big problem. This is the 4th day working, but no water.
The project coordinator, Jamali Manurakiza, assuring the executive director to get source that can provide enough water for the community.
I've been coming here for survey. We still can be finding just a good source here of water. Because since morning we've been just trying to do our best in order to find a good source of water, clear water and clean water. Because the population around here, they are really in need of that water. Yeah, they are really in need because to the other side, we used to get a borehole for them. But the other side there, they are in need of water. They are suffering just fetching water full of dirty. Then they go to cook and then they drink it. That's why we are working hard, trying to see if we can get that.
A full of week was spent surveying in the bush where sources can be found. Remember, the target place was fake due to a lot of clay.
As you can see, we are trying to make a survey to make sure we get water. But since the morning, we have been up and down. We have failed to get the real source of water. But we 100% sure we're gonna make it.
Mulimu kunaba amazi ano ngati alabikanga mavi.
Katoto wali mkukuwa ndifanani. Wali wote naye wali.
During the construction, the community committee brought some materials, among which are 21 bags of cement, 3 trips of sand, 3 trips of hardcore, timber, and 12 bags of waterproof. They also provided tools that were used by the technician like hose, spades, wheelbarrow, food, among others. The community committee of representatives actively monitored the construction and supervision to ensure the well was dug correctly. They also got physically involved in the digging and clearing the bush to enable the water to flow constantly. Mrs. Hope Akasiku giving us the report of the work done so far.
Okay, I'm Hopa Kasifu and I'm here to supervise and monitor the ongoing project. This is a water well project that has been established by FOV Uganda. Our major focus here is to provide clean water to the community here, since they have not been having any clean water source around.
Agnes Namaganda, our office assistant, exchanging with the community beneficiaries of the project at the site. We managed to get sources that provide clean and enough water that flows continuously and is able to serve the community of Nakwero and the neighborhood.
Kati wano we tuli ku luzzi olw'akapeeko olupya. Omusajja ono lwatukwatiddemu ali mu background awo. Tufunye amazzi amalungi okusinziira ku gali eri. Wabula go gano malungi kubanga ate gali ente ziganywa namu. Era n'embuzi zonna batwala awo. Naye kati tufunye gano. Kati tuli bulungi. Tetusuubirayo kolera yenna.
Our spring well has 3 pipes that supply water to the population. This will avoid crowding of so many people at the correction point.
So today we are going to cover the main tank. I'm 100% today we are going to complete this work, and the community of Kapeke Upper and Kapeke Lower will be fetching water here, and so many people.
The spring well provides clean water, 30 liters per minute, 24 hours. That is 7 to 7. The burden for the women and children in using that water has been greatly lifted from them. We expect the project to benefit about 250 families of the Nakwero village and its neighborhood.
If you really need water, kindly contact us and we are going to discuss the way of working. But before contacting us, you have to be ready to contribute at least 50% on that project. Then FOV fight to get the balance of 50%.
FRK Belgium asked to the community to contribute also to 50%.
The efforts are ongoing to organize other communities to get water, which helps women and children who fetch water from long distances and improves on the general community cleanliness, health and agriculture.
At present, we are working on Mubende village. There also community has no access to clean water, and we asked also FRK who accepted to help, and many other community. We saw that there is much need of water, and we keep asking to people who can help, other organizations who can help to support us to help that population to get safe water for their health.
We therefore request each and everyone to join hands with FOV, so that we may see how best we can improve our community.
The Executive Director, Mr. Treasure K. Salibonko, thanked the community and the funder for the accomplishment of this week.
Thank you very much, Rita Ketch Foundation, FRK Belgium, for loving FOV, for giving us support, for trusting us. You want to contact FOV, you can send that email address at fov.uganda@gmail.com. fov.uganda@gmail.com. gmail.com.
Thank you very much, FRK Belgium, for continuously supporting water projects. FOV Uganda is ready to keep supporting the community as long as are ready to contribute 50%.
Together